Mondays are new. Oh, Yorkshire geek got stories for you. Favorite tricks beyond town's grass. Popcorn adventures on tap. Magnificent Mondays with fire in our veins. Cinematic journeys, memories and chains. Geeky passion flowing pure and strong. In this world we all belong. Movies that war and stories that fight. From battles in space to tears in the eye. Epic tales, Toyg knows best. Drop the couch, join the quest. Magnificent Mondays with fire in our veins. Cinematic journeys, memories and chains. Geeky passion flowing pure and strong. In this world we all belong. Movies and war and stories that fly. From battles in space to tears in the eye. Epic tales, Toyg knows best. Drop the couch, join the quest. Magnificent Mondays with fire in our veins. Cinematic journeys, memories and chains. Geeky passion flowing pure and strong. In this world we all belong. Lights dim, low screens aglow. Toyg takes us where dreams flow. Action heroes, villains, dark night. Every scene, hearts delight. Geek myths, giants rise and fall. Time machines, epic brawls. Mondays in blue, with geeks light. Fantasy realms to infinite heights.
Hey up, it's Steve from Old Yorkshire Geek. Welcome to episode 112 of Magnificent Mondays. I'm sorry about the intro. I forgot to do an intro video, so we had to make do with the old one. But anyway, welcome to the show. And this week we're doing, because the new version of The Running Man is out, Edgar Wright's The Running Man, I thought we'd look at the original Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger from Paul Michael Glaser of Starsky and Hutch fame. We'll look at that today. Not a great film. It's not aged well. I don't think it has anyway. But anyway, Josh Temple's here, ready with his harpoon, early and all that. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. We're live on YouTube, and we're live on Rumble, and we're live on Twitch. Don't know why I keep doing Twitch. Explore the description. Where are we? There it is. Explore the description for links for stuff like merch, and me books. Where have I put them? They're down here. And me books, Amazon Kindle and paperback. That's the sound. If you're watching it on Spotify with no video, that's the sound of me books. Amazon Kindle and paperback. Links for stuff like I've said merch. Me websites and my other channels and stuff like that. And my social medias, and stuff such as the Spotify links and all that. What else? Become a member and you'll get early access videos and exclusive videos and all that stuff. Emojis in the chat, etc. And super chats and super thanks will be greatly appreciated. Right, so The Running Man from 1987, directed by Paul Michael Glaser, as I said, of Starsky and Hutch fame. He was Starsky. After his acting had done, he decided to become a director. Directed a lot of TV. I think he did a couple of films, including this one, but he stayed mostly in TV, which I think he still does every now and again. Screenplay by Stephen E. D'Souza, based on the novel from Richard Bachman, aka Stephen King, which I've not read. I think I've read two Richard Bachman books, and one of them was thinner, and the other one I think was A Long Walk. But I think that was that a short story. I think that were in with some other stories that he'd written. Maybe I can't remember, but I do remember reading that one. As I said, it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, also Yaphet Kotto, Richard Dawson, Maria Conchita Alonso, Jesse Ventura, Professor... Oh, I forgot his name. Hang on, I'll look at the cast list. Professor Toru Tanaka. I was actually going to say that, but I thought I got it wrong. Erland Van Lith, Marvin McIntyre, Gus Rethwich, I don't know, Mick Fleetwood, and Dweezil Zappa, and Jim Brown is in it as well. And yeah, and it's a not very faithful adaptation of the Stephen King, of the Stephen King book. And it had its budget went wildly out of control. $27 million budget, box office $38 million. It didn't do well at the box office, but it did well later on VHS and all that stuff. It's kind of got a cult following now, I suppose. Or some people even say it's a classic. I've watched it today. I don't think it's that good anymore. I loved it. As I say, I've got the blooming Blu-ray. Don't get this Blu-ray, by the way, if you're in the UK. There's bugger all on it apart from the film. Very vanilla. But I think I've got it on DVD as well somewhere in a box. I should have dug that one out, 'cause I think there's a commentary on that, but I don't know where I've put it. Anywho, yeah. So we'll talk about this flick as we go through it. Anywho, Justin says it's a classic to me. I thought he'd said that. Dear. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it. I don't know. But anyway, right, so we'll get into it, shall we? We're not going to watch the film, obviously, because YouTube would throw a conniption fit and just stop the stream. We're going to go through it in a series of stills. I'll try and remember what I've learned about it from... I've watched a couple of behind-the-scenes things on YouTube, and obviously I've looked through the IMDb trivia and stuff, but I don't know a huge amount about this. Is this a sequel to The Long Walk? I have no idea. I don't know. It's kind of I don't know, what's the word? Parallel, maybe. I don't know. There's similar things, aren't they? Both kind of game show-ish with deaths, sort of. But anyway, Justy says, good to see you, brother. You had me worried. I'm fine. I just had a bad day or two, but I'm fine. Anyway, so right, so we'll get on with this. I will full screen this baby. I'll make myself titchy tiny down in the corner. I keep pressing the wrong things. I'm an idiot. I can never remember which one it is. That one, yeah. I'm yawning. Up early again. Hell yeah, I need a proper good night's sleep. That's what I need. Right, so we'll get into it, shall we? We'll get into it. So we begin. The good old TriStar logo. Hang on, where is it? Come on, Pegasus. Where are you? Here it comes. Or she, I don't know. Can't tell. But there it is. Bloody better. Another classic Last Action Hero. I've got that on DVD somewhere. I've not got it on Blu-ray. I've got it on DVD somewhere. As I said, it'd be in a box somewhere. I put all my DVDs away. When I start getting Blu-rays up on my shelves that you can't see over there, I kind of like boxed up a lot of my DVDs, and like they're in boxes up in my bedroom, all piled up. so I can't really get to them. But anyway, but Last Action Hero, I remember kind of enjoying it. Charles Dance stealing the show in that. Anyway, right, off we go. Right, so we're going to get told here. It looks at Taft Entertainment, Keith Barrish Productions, blah, blah, blah. By the way, one of the producers on this were Rob Cohen. Rob Cohen had bought the rights to the book. Rob Cohen who would go on to direct stuff like Fast and the Furious and stuff like that, and Dragonheart. Did he do Triple X as well with that Rob Cohen? I think it was. Pardon me. But he bought the rights, and he wondered why they were so expensive, the rights for this book by this bloke called Richard Bachman, because he didn't realise it was Stephen King. But anyway, Arnold Schwarzenegger is, it says. Then we got to some CG, 1987. I'm guessing it's CG. It looks it, doesn't it? I can't imagine it's regularly animated. It'll be CG. They had CG like that back then, didn't they? So there it is. The Running Man. There it is. Charles Dance is a great baddie. Yes, he is. He is. Right, so here we go. All right, we get some not dialogue, but a crawl. By 2017, the world economy has collapsed. For some reason, I go into Terry Wogan mode. If you don't know who he is, look him up on YouTube. Old wibbly wobbly. Food, natural resources, and oil are in short supply. A police state divided into paramilitary zones. Rules with an iron hand. It sounds very Escape from New York, doesn't it? But anyway. Television is controlled by the state, and the sadistic game show called The Running Man has become the most popular programme in history. For TV shows, I always spell programme double M-E, but computer programmes I always spell like that. Is that right, or does it matter? I don't know. All art, music, and communications are censored. No dissent is tolerated. Yet, a small resistance movement has managed to has won its first battle against the deadly Imperial Starfleet. Has managed to survive underground when high-tech gladiators are not enough to suppress the people's yearning for freedom. More direct methods become necessary. And then we cut to a helicopter. All the helicopters that you see in this, when you see from the outside, are from King Kong 1976. So there we go. A King Kong 1976 helicopter. I think there were. So what happened? As I said, Rob Cohen bought the rights, and then all these other producers came on board and started making the film. At first, the first director they wanted was George P. Cosmatos. Am I spelling that right? Saying that right? I mean, yes, George P. Cosmatos. Who had done some other films, hadn't it? And I'm trying to remember what the hell he'd done. I can't remember. What had he directed? I'm blanking. Rambo 2. I'm trying to think of ones I've seen. Escape to Athena, Cobra, Leviathan, Tombstone. There we go. I'm trying to remember. I thought he'd done something else. I'm thinking of a different fella. Yeah, no, not in there. I must be thinking of somebody else. But yeah, he was going to be the director, and then he wasn't. And then they brought on Andrew Davis, who would go on to direct Oscar-winning films like The Fugitive and films like Under Siege, etc. But they brought him in, and he spent money as though it were going out of business, and the budget ballooned, so they sacked him, and got Paul Michael Glaser in, who I think were recommended by somebody, and I can't remember who, but he was recommended by somebody. So they brought him in. As I said, he'd done TV before, famous for being Starsky and Hutch. But I think the fact that he was a TV director kind of shows in this, because it does look very much like, if it weren't for the blood that's in it and the language, the bad language, this could have been a TV movie. It looks very much like a TV movie to me. But anyway, that's by the by. As I said, it was not because TV directors know, they're hired to get in, get the job done, and get out. That's what they wanted him for. And And he came in, got the job done, and got out, didn't he? So I think they cut a few corners as well, because they were trying to save money by this time. Which is why they got some footage from King Kong 1976. So there it is. That's not from King Kong 1976. More CG, done on probably a Commodore 64 or something. But anyway, this is the... we're seeing like an introduction where we're going to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger, who plays Ben Richards. I can't remember what. Who was a military chap, all that from the paramilitary police. What rank is he? I can't remember. Does it say? Captain. He's a captain. Plays Captain Ben Richards. And apparently there's a riot going on. Josh Temple saying, I had a Commodore 64. My mate did as well. I didn't. I had a ZX Spectrum. I don't know what they were called over there. Well, the Timexes. I think they were Timexes, weren't they? But over here there was Sinclair ZX Spectrum. And the Tandy. Very posh. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, yes, there's like a food, not a riot, but there's like a demonstration going on. So they're ordered to go in and basically just kill everybody. And Arnie's saying, no, they are unarmed. They just want food for God's sake. And they say, go in, kill them all, damn it. No, the hell with you. So they stop him. There we go. Return to base. And then the other crew was ordered to subdue him, so they do. And there we go. Knocks him out with the butt of his gun. And they go on to kill all the people there and blame Ben Richards for it. And he goes to prison. And then we cut to 18 months later. Is it going to say it here? It says it here somewhere. 18 months later. There we go. At the Wilshire Detention Zone. Is Wilshire in Los Angeles? Because there's Wilshire Boulevard, isn't there? So is it? I don't know. I'm guessing it is. Because it was filmed in Los Angeles. So where were the filming locations? Let's have a look. At the Sony Plaza. The Belmont Tunnel, which I think has been used loads of places, hasn't it? Oh, this is the Kaiser Steel Mill in Fontana, California. That's where this is, what we're looking at now. And various other places. So here we are, 18 months later. So this is where he's in prison. Somebody's died, look, because they're working the prisoners to death. And we see that they've all got these collars round their necks with a bit of dodgy wiring. Might just pull wires off, I don't know. But anyway. So they take his collar off and say, be careful. And that's where we learn they've got explosives in the collars. Let me see that fella. I've seen him in something else. He looks very familiar, and I can't think what I've seen him in. I've seen him in Dune or something like that. He's got one of them faces, hasn't he? I've seen him in something else. Let's have a look on the cast list, see if we can find him. Where have I put it? What? Have I deleted it? I think I blooming have. Oh, you silly man. Oh, for God's sake. Hang on, bear with me. I've deleted my page that had the cast and crew on for some bizarre reason. Right then, I don't know if he's got a name. Is it going to show a picture of him on IMDb? It could be bloody anybody. I don't know, but I've seen him in something. It looks like the guy in Star Trek 5. It does a bit, doesn't it? Yes, but I don't think it is him. Him with his field of holes. Him, is that what you're on about? But he might have been in it. Yeah, it might be where I've seen him. I don't know. But anyway, there he is. We've got a white eye, look. Right, so anyway, they're all doing stuff. Oh, people, cast coming on, Jesse Ventura. There's Arnie. Obviously, they're allowing him to take his steroids or whatever, or do his workouts. But I suppose carrying I-beams up and down, I'll keep you muscly, won't it? But anyway, we see him. And there we see this is the barriers that stop people from escaping. Because as I said, they've got these explosive collars round their necks. If they cross that barrier when the light's red, their heads blow up, which we'll see in a bit. But anyway, they're planning on escaping. And this fella, I don't know who he is. I can't remember the names. I'm stupid. I know. Let's have a look. I think is he Weiss? I think he is. Let me have a look. Yes, it is. Marvin J. McIntyre as Weiss. He's in Back to the Future Part 3. He's been in Short Circuit, Pale Rider. He's been in loads of stuff. The Burkittsville 7. Oh, I remember seeing that. He played Rustin Parr in that. So that's if you're a Blair Witch fan, you'll know what I'm on about. I've only seen that once. It were on TV really late at night once here. And I don't think it was ever shown again. And I haven't seen it since. Anywho, what else has he been in? Loads of stuff. The Presidio, Silverado, etc. So that's him. Marvin J. McIntyre. Anyway, where were we? He's watching he's watching this guard. There's a guard there at the table with his little computer dish. He taps in the code to turn off the fence. Look, 653-9X. And for some reason it works for him, but when they try it in a minute, it doesn't work. But anyway, we'll get to that. Right, so he's turned off the fence. So now they're going to revolt. Now he knows that code. They're all revolting and fighting. Look, and the guards are coming in and shooting, and he's grabbing the computer, and he's chucking people about because he's Arnie, and they're getting out. But it's not working. He's put in the code. He says denied, and he says I put it in, and he says it's not working. He says I think it's interference from the building. But it worked for that other fella, didn't it? But he had the satellite dish. Maybe they've not got the satellite dish plugged in anymore. But anyway. Right, so they're escaping. They're still not able. So they're going to say, let's get it outside. That's what he's saying. So off they go. They get outside. And it's still not working. But anywho. Eventually it does work. But suddenly this fella decides he's going for it because he thinks it's because it's gone green. So it's in the hear a voice saying, prisoner restraint, collars armed. And this fella, wherever he is going to make a run for it. There we go. We hear perimeter deactivated. Have I missed it? No, I have. I've gone past it, haven't I? Right, this fella goes running any second now. No, I've gone too far. And I know his face. Let's go back a bit more. Where is he? Chico, come back. He's been in loads of stuff. It's him, look. It's him. Hang on, let's get his face. There he is. Look, he's been in loads of stuff. He always plays like Mexicans and stuff. Chico. Who plays him? Because I don't know his name off the top of my head. Chico. Thomas Rosales Jr. He's been in loads of stuff, hasn't he? That I can't think of. Commando, obviously. Speed. Pirates of the Caribbean. Running Scared. Oh, he's been in loads of stuff. Yeah. Training Day. I say, usually plays a Hispanic chap because he's an Hispanic chap. But he decides he's going to go for it. But the thing's still up. So he gets his head blown off. Here he comes any second now. No, Chico! And there we go. That's probably the goriest bit in the film, to be completely honest. But anyway. And then it gets deactivated, and they all escape. So they're all running for their lives. And then we dissolve into a view of futuristic Los Angeles. I'm sure I've seen this obviously a matte painting. I'm sure I've seen this somewhere before, this matte painting, but I can't think either in another film or in a book. Also, it looks very familiar, but I can't think where I've seen it. Or maybe it was made specially for this film. I don't know, but it does look very familiar. But Los Angeles by the way, it's 2019 now, I think. As I said, I think the beginning bit were in 2017, and now we're in 2019. So it's a period piece now, 6 years ago. Anywho, nobody has their own TVs, it seems, or very few people. They've all got to watch these screens outside. Right, so anyway. So he would meet Arnie and Yaphet Kotto, and who plays Laughlin, and Weiss, wanting to meet up with the resistance and get out of Dodge, so to speak. Meanwhile, the screens are showing us, the running man. That's Buzzsaw. But they want to get out of there. I think they've still got the collars on. And this way we meet Mick Fleetwood. So we'll go back again. Hang on, where are they? Well, there's Dweezil Zappa, Frank Zappa's son. And here's Mick Fleetwood, of Fleetwood Mac fame, who plays a character called Mick. And there is people think that maybe he's playing Mick Fleetwood. He's playing himself in this film because he says in it, that the government took away our freedom and took away my songs, and he's called Mick. So is he playing Mick Fleetwood? Probably not. It's just I don't know, whatever. So they're taking the collars off. There we go. So obviously he's got a cigar in his gob. So it may be a totalitarian state, but he can still get cigars, it seems. But anyway. So he's they're getting that. So and now he's going to go to his brother's. He's going to go to his brother's house, or apartment. That's what he's going to do. In disguised himself as a workman. Right. So off they go to this building here, which I think is this a real building or is that a matte painting? Do you reckon? It looks like a matte painting, but it might be a real building. I don't know. Let's have a look. Does it say? All right, this is 250 South Grand Avenue, Los Angeles, California. Ben Richards walks through a plaza in a yellow hat, past building with glass pyramids on the way to Amber's apartment. Right, so this, isn't it? So is this a real place? I have no idea. I'm going to look it up now on Google Maps, just to see what it looks like. I bet it doesn't. Probably telling me in the chat now that it doesn't. But I'm just curious. Bear with me. Let's fire up the old maps. Paste. Padump. Let's have a look. It's there. Let's go to Street View. And let's have a look-see. And see what we see down there. Now then. Where are we? Where the hell are we? I don't know, there's lots of tall buildings, but none that look like that, I don't think. Are we in the same place? There's I've no idea. I don't know. Go down the street a bit. Why is it night time? Oh, it's a tunnel. Right. Why we're in the tunnel there? No, I think it's a matte painting, I think. Yeah, I can't see any buildings that look like that. Never mind. Right, where were we? Right, so here he comes. Heading into where it... actually, no, I think this is the ICS building, isn't it, I think? It says there. So this is a different thing, isn't it? Yeah, it says ICS. This is the ICS building. There is going into that tunnel, that's in loads of other... Heading into the Stargate. But anyway, this is ICS. So we're going to meet Richard Dawson now. There he is. Famous in America. People in Britain probably don't know who he is, but it's famous in America for what did you call it? Family Feud? Is that what you called it? That we had the computer in. We asked 100 people that one, and you said that. We called it Family Fortunes because we're more optimistic in the UK. You called it Family Feud. We called it Family Fortunes. But, and ours was hosted by Les Dennis and somebody else who I can't remember. But just like you don't know who Les Dennis is, we don't know who Richard Dawson is. But for some reason in this film, he's always doing that. Look, he's doing it with his hand. Look, he's always doing like horns out. So does that mean he's evil or he's a heavy metal fan? I don't know. Justin says, I think it's a painting mixed with a real building. Yes, I think the lower part's real, but I think the upper bit's a matte painting. But I just wanted to check because you never know. Because it was a good matte painting. Anyway, so here's Richard Dawson. He plays Damien Killian, who's like the head of ICS or something. I don't know. But he hosts the Running Man. He created and hosts the Running Man. You see, the crowds love him, but he's a monster. And a lot of people said he was just playing himself. Because was he a monster behind the scenes? I don't know, but that's what they say. It's in my notes somewhere. I do have notes for some... Where are we? There we go. Many people who worked with Richard Dawson on the game show Family Feud 1976, say that in real life, Dawson was more like his character Damon Killian in his handling of underlings. So there we go. So did have a lot of people fired, because he seems to do that a lot. That's What's His Face. I can never remember his name. I'm going to have to look that up as well. Who has been in a lot of Arnie films, one of Arnie's best mates. There we go. Sven Ole Thorsen. Been in loads of, dozens of Arnold Schwarzenegger films because he's one of his mates. Here he's playing Killian's muscle. She's obviously his assistant. She looks familiar as well. I don't know where from. Right, so anyway, right. Oh, here. Oh, this is the bit. This is what I was just looking at on Google Maps, that building with the pyramids. But yeah, I can recognise these buildings. We saw them, didn't we, on Google Earth or Maps or whatever. So where's that building that were ICS? Does it say here? Let's have a look. Oh, Sony Pictures Plaza. Right. That's... I'm going to look that up then. Obviously, it's not going to look like that. I know. But I'm just curious now. See what it looks like in real life. Where are we? Where is it? Where the hell? Oh, hang on. There we go. That one. Methinks. Street view. I don't know if that's going to be it, is it? I forgot where I'm supposed to be going. Washington Boulevard. Let's have a look. I don't know. I don't think so. I can't see any giant buildings. There's just a big white wall. I'm looking for... There were like fountains and stuff, weren't there? I'm looking for that building front with the fountains. No. Never mind. Right, whatever. Right, where were we? Just he says he was a drinker for years, but I think towards the end of his life he got cleaned up and was nicer from what I see. Oh, very good. Very good. Because it's not nice when famous people are, monsters behind the scenes, isn't it? You want them to be, nice people. Not hideous. Ellen DeGeneres. Apparently she was horrible behind the scenes, wasn't she? But anyway. Right, so he's arrived at where he thinks his brother lives. Do we ever learn what's happened to his brother? I'm not sure. But here he is. He knows the code. By the way, the code for his brother is 445566. I paid attention. So he's going in, Edward, where are you? I don't know how I'm saying it like that, but he's in all women's clothes. But it turns out this is I forgot her name. Amber what's her face? Amber Mendez. The lovely Maria Conchita Alonso. It's her apartment. Right. So anyway, so they need to. Back here at ICS, they basically got to spice up the running, man. They need somebody for the stalkers to go up again. So that's what they're going to do in a bit. But meanwhile, Amber Mendez returns home and uses voice commands, because it's the future, to activate her coffee pot and all that stuff. She puts the TV on, and we see it's Captain Freedom, played by Jesse Ventura, doing his workout thing. She obviously hasn't got a high-definition TV. But anyway. So she goes doing the work. Oh, we're learning that... the news is saying Ben Richards, the butcher of Bakersfield, has broken out of prison and all that stuff. So anyway, so here he is. She's working out, and then he's there. I presume he's had a shower and a change. I'm guessing. So he goes, "Where's my brother?" And she says, "I've been here." I don't know where. Oh, there we go. She says the last tenant was taken away for re-education. So there we go. So is he being bumped off? I'm guessing he's being bumped off, her brother, or he's in prison somewhere. But anyway, so she's saying, "The boy, the butcher of Bakersfield, it was a lie. It was framed. I did not do it." Anyway, so Meanwhile, back at ICS, they're looking for new contestants for the next show, and they're all rubbish. For some reason, he's always got his pinky up. I don't know why, but he wants Richards. He sees there. He sees on the news footage of Ben Richards escaping from prison, and there's Kurt Fuller. Yay! Everybody likes Kurt Fuller, and always plays a slime ball, doesn't he? Yes, she was in Predator 2. Maria Conchita Alonso. What was it? 3 years later. That came out in 1990, didn't it? Where else has she been? I've seen her in other stuff as well, but I'm blanking. What else have I seen her in? Probably nothing. There's nothing jumping out at me. She's been in loads of stuff, obviously, they all have, but nothing's jumping out at me. Lords of Salem, but I've not seen that because it's a Rob Zombie film, I think, isn't it? I'm not a fan of Rob Zombie films. I don't bloody know. Right, where were we? Kurt Fuller. We may know from Wayne's World, Ghostbusters 2, etc. Always plays a slimy executive, doesn't he? Anyway, he says he wants Ben Richards. Says, well, he's still on the run, so we'll get him somehow. Don't know if he's on the run, but anyway. Right, so Ben's going to take her travel pass and some of her money. Dawson is English, isn't it? I have no idea. Richard Dawson, I don't know. I have no idea. Let's have a look. What does it say? English American. Oh, right. Fair enough. Let's have a look. So, was he born in England? Yes, he was born in Gosport, Hampshire in 1932. So, yes, he was born in... I didn't know. Anyway, you wouldn't know from listening to him in this film. Right, so he's going to basically kidnap her, and they're going to go to Hawaii because he's got all the top-notch technology. It's basically booking a holiday through teletext. Booked it, packed it, off. Right, so they're going to go to Hawaii. Just in a normal plane? I don't know. Or is it some sort of rocket plane? 'Cause it's the future. I don't know. But where they're going? Seoul. Could go to Seoul or Tokyo. Or what else? Singapore. Whatever that is. Mexico's one there. Guadeloupe. I don't know. San Fran. Where else? Frankfurt and Munich. I've been to both those places. Rio de Janeiro. London Gatwick. Vancouver, Copenhagen, been there as well. Dusseldorf, Frankfurt, Honolulu and Manila, and that's where they're going on. Flight 107, Gate 120, that's what they're going for. Right, so, and it all goes wrong, and it's trying to, they're causing a commotion, but she starts shouting, he's trying to kidnap me, help. I don't know if I'm saying it like that. And he goes running off, he panics, and they catch him with a big net. Couldn't get any closer to him. They could have just grabbed him. But anyway, they just fire a big net at him. And he is captured. And now she's looking and probably thinking, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And she definitely thinks that a bit later on. And but like his glasses, she's not happy about it, is she? Right, so... they've got him. So Dawson's going to talk to him. You're going to do the running, man. I'll do nothing for you. F you, or whatever. He'll say. It says, well, if you don't do it, we've got Laughlin and Weiss, and if you don't do it, they'll go into the game zone, or whatever the hell it's called. So he says, okay, I'll do it then. There you go. That's what he's telling him. So it's up to you. Right, there we go. Weiss and Lockley are going to go in your place. But obviously, double cross because he's a baddie. Right, so before he goes in, again, like Escape from New York, they're going to put things in him to track him, bury him, there we go, tracer, bury him, trace, whatever. And they're injecting him with all sorts of stuff. I don't know what. It's just to make him go, ah! and then they knock him out till showtime. But anyway, right. So she's back home now, probably thinking maybe I shouldn't have done what I did, but then she sees a news report. By the way, she's a musician in this. She writes jingles and stuff for the TV company. By the way, that's why that's there. But then she sees on the news, it's on the news about the capture of Ben Richards, and obviously the news is skewed and lying. Oh no, the news never lies, does it? But she says that never happened. And we've seen that, they're saying that Ben Richards murdered somebody, shot him at point blank range, and she said that didn't happen. He didn't kill anybody, he just ran off. And then we go back to, and then it says, that's not true. And it says, now back to climbing for dollars. And then we cut to some bloke climbing a rope with Dobermans attacking him. For about what? I don't know, 30 seconds, if that. And they get him, and he falls, and then it says, we'll be right back. That was a short programme, wasn't it? America. Right, so here's this fella, again, who's been in loads of stuff. Don't ask me who he is, I don't know, but he usually plays people like lawyers and stuff, doesn't he? But in this one, he is Ben Richards' court-appointed theatrical agent. There you go. So he's going to explain to him what's going to happen. Then the show's beginning, so we've got some dancers. The dance routines in this film were choreographed by Paula Abdul. There you go. Where the budget went. So they're all getting ready. Look, they're all getting ready to go. Kind of vibes of Rocky IV. That bit. In the exhibition match and stuff with Apollo Creed and Drago. Kind of reminds me of that. But anyway, see, out on the streets, all the poor people, they're getting ready to... The poor people, but they've got loads of money to bet on this stuff. They're betting on the first stalk, first blood, first death, final stalk, etc. They're all going to be betting on that. Legally, I don't know, but whatever. But maybe they turn a blind eye. So anyway, right, so... this is Buzzsaw. There he is, a big fella. Looks like he's got high blood pressure. Pardon me. He's played by, Buzzsaw, is Gus Rethwich. And I have no idea who that is. I meant to look him up earlier on. Is he we're in Scorpion King as well, and Twins, and Concorde Airport 79. Wow, I don't remember seeing him in that. But, so who the hell is he? House 2 has been in loads of films I've seen. Magnum, Hawaii 5-0. But, yeah. So what else is it? That's all he's done. But it looks like he should be like a wrestler or something, doesn't it? But it doesn't say anything. What does it say on Wikipedia? I bet he ain't got a... No, he hasn't. He ain't got a thing. Right, well, I'm going to have to just copy his name and paste it into Google and see, is he just an actor? Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. It doesn't really say. There's not much information about him. No. Served in the US Navy. Does bench weightlifting competitions around the country. Right. Fair enough. It looks like he should. I would expect him to be like, they'd been in a wrestler or something like that, because he kind of looks that. Thought it might have been one of Jesse Ventura's mates, but apparently not. Sad, this movie always makes me think we're headed towards those types of shows, and yes, it's kind of prescient in it. This film, to be completely honest, it's not a million miles off from the world now. But anyway, this fella comes up, hey Buzzsaw, and he goes, Buzzsaw pushes him in the face. There we go. Shoves him down. Says, hey, touch me. He's got a bust nose. Meanwhile, the dancers are all at it, getting ready. Buzzsaws picking up a blooming bike and all that. They're all, oh, because we love the store because it's like American Gladiators and all that, innit? Jet. It must have been at Arnold's, but maybe so, I don't know. But anywho, apparently, because Predator came out before this, they were going to come out around about the same time. I think Arnie did Predator first, and while they were doing that, he said to Jesse Ventura, I have another film coming up, The Running Man. You should be in it. You'll be great. So that's how we got Jesse Ventura in this. But both films were going to release about the same time, but they put this one back so it didn't clash with the Predator. Not Predator. So there we go. Where were we? Right, so we're all getting ready. Way dancing, yeah, Nitro Girls. That's also kind of what it reminds me of from WCW. But anyway. Right, so they're all getting ready, showing people in bars and stuff, getting ready, because everybody watches The Running Man. She's at work now, is Amber, with her friend. And she's saying, that you're so lucky, you killed like loads of people, and you're lucky to be alive. And then she's saying, I've forgotten something, I've got to go back. I know her face. Does it say who she is? I don't know. I don't know if it tells us who she is. Hang on. Let me see if she says her name. But she looks really familiar. Let's go back. Back. No, it's not going to say, is it? $6 for a Coke. Is she going to say her name? She's not going to say her name, is she? Anyway, she sees him there, and then she gets all guilty, and she does look really familiar. Who is it? Is it her? Is it Day Young? Yes, it is, I think. Yes, it is. Who's been in Deep Space Nine? Yes, that episode, wasn't it? Deep Space in Next Generation as well. But, yes, was she in that episode of Deep... Was she... was she Dax's former wife or something like that? I think it was that one, wasn't it? They did the on-screen kiss, 2 women. Is it that one I'm thinking of? Is it? Let's have a look. Oh, for Pete's sake, never mind. I don't know. If Wingrace were here, he'd tell us. Anywho, Justin says the 80s look of future was always strange, yet the ladies were beautiful. They had big 80s hair and massive square earrings and whatever that was going on there. Anyway, right, so she said, I forgot something in my office or whatever, so she's got to go and deal with that. But now she's suspicious. Wingrace is here. Wingrace is here. But remember now she's suspicious because she's seen the news has lied, so she's thinking maybe it's not true that he killed all those people. Maybe the news lied back then as well. But anyway, here he is. It's showtime. He's got his pinky out again. Right, so the show's about to begin. And they're all like, hey, Running Man, yeah. Anywho, she sneaks into a room in a minute. Meanwhile, he's got to sign his contract, and he can't do it. Because why did they do it in somewhere else? But he's got to sign his contract. So, here, use my back, victim. This is where he signs it, and then stabs it through his back. And don't forget to send me a copy. I'm sure he's fine. But anyway, now we meet, I forgot her name, Mrs. McArdle. She's been in other things as well, hasn't she? See if I can find her. Mrs. McArdle. Where is she? Mrs. Donna Hardy. I'm sure I've seen her in something else. As well as this Universal Soldier. When Harry Met Sally. Yes, that's what I've seen her in. And I'm sure she's done loads of other stuff as well. She always plays one of these old biddies that says inappropriate things, doesn't she? Which she does in this later on. Anyway, so she's his biggest fan. Right, so getting ready to get on with the show. This is where they're introducing him to Ben Richards, the butcher of Bakersfield, and they're showing the wrong, doctored footage, making it look as though that, he went in and just murdered all these people, went against orders and murdered all those people. But we know it didn't happen like that. So they're all going, they're all shocked because the news never lies, TV never lies. Oh, and then we had some more King Kong 76 helicopters. So anyway, and then we see loads of people blowing. That's not from King Kong. That's probably stock footage from something else. But anyway, so they're bringing him out now. Here they are, and they rip off his overalls to show off his snazzy. In a minute. Here we go. His snazzy, whatever, snazzy yellow jumpsuit. For some reason, the others that we're going to see in a bit get a different colour. I wonder if that was in his contract. I've got to wear more brighter clothes than the others because I'm the star. Maybe. Anyway, right. So, but we've got his name and the ad. Oh, you can't see it. Hang on. Just let me get rid of me. Just bear with me. You still hear me? Can you still hear me? Look, he's got the Adidas logo, Adidas, however you want to pronounce it. Adidas, I don't know. Logo there for some reason. Product placement, whatever. Right, am I back? Right, okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I think you can. Anyway, so they're getting ready to send him into the game zone, whatever the hell it's called. Look, she's sneaking about, is Amber. We're also learning about past people that have taken part, there we go, in the Running Man, and won. Whitman, Price and Haddad, previous winners, who got their freedom and are now basking in the Maui sun, but still in their jumpsuits or whatever. For some reason we learn later. Maybe that's not 100% factually accurate. Anyway, she sneaks into a little room in a minute, and she goes rooting about for evidence. That's what she's doing. Anyway, so they're going to send him in as. We also learned that he's double crossed him, and Weiss and Laughlin, they're going in as well. There they are. They're not going in quite the same way that Anne is going in, but for some reason. Right, here she is looking about in the file room. She's found a filing cabinet with the Bakersfield Massacre tape or disc or whatever it is. Anyway, so they're all sending them all in. And they say, anything goes. And so on your mark, get set. And he goes, Killian, I'll be back. Here we go. There we go. We've got to play that bit, haven't we?
I'll be back.
Only on a rerun.
Only in a rerun.
Anyway, so off he goes. There we go. Down a long tube. Or, as we say in Britain, tube. And they send the others as well. They go down some reason. They're not in. They're in different ones to ease. But down there you go through the tubes. A long way. So the game zone must be a long way from the studio. But off they go. And there we go. She's still looking for stuff. Look. There we go. She finds Richards, his tape, disc, whatever. And then she sees Bakersfield Massacre raw footage. So she nicks that as well. Right, so they've arrived now. And now he's picking this woman out of the crowd saying, who do you want the first stalker to be? Because the stalkers are going to go and hunt them now. Because they're running from the stalkers. A lot of running in it. She picks Sub-Zero. That's who she picks. So there we go. So she likes some chunky. So she picks Sub-Zero. This is and they call him Professor Sub-Zero, played by Professor Toru Tanaka, who's been again another chap that's been in loads of stuff. He was a wrestler, wasn't he, in Japan, I think. That's why, because he's not an actual professor. I don't think he's a tenured academian. I think that's his stage name. But anyway, because it's called Sub-Zero, he bombs about on ice skates. I don't know if Toru Tanaka can ice skate. I don't know, but he's got his hockey stick, because, play a lot of hockey in Japan. But see, he's got blades and stuff, because he's deadly. God knows who that is. But off they go. I think they're trying to show that the game zone is some sort of Mad Max-esque type of place. Anyway, they're getting chased about people on motorbikes, because, it's a bit more product placement there. Castrol GTX, is that still going? I always remember the adverts when I was a kid. It showed like a big spanner, a wrench, and it showed the oil going into the wrench. Liquid engineering, that's what it used to say. Anyway, right, so, meanwhile, in the locker room, because I don't know how many stalkers they've got. They must have, are all these stalkers? We only see, 4 of them, something like that. I think that's Jim Brown, isn't it, as Fireball? I've got that right. I can't remember his name, I've forgotten. Let's have a look. Jim Brown, where are you? Come on, Jim, where are you? Yes, Fireball. I don't know all the others are, but there's Jesse Ventura as Captain Freedom. I don't know if he's got... Do we ever hear his actual name? I don't know. But he was, the champion stalker. He's retired now he's a commentator. Right, so they're off running, and Sub-Zero's going to come and get them now. We see there's loads of cameras watching them wherever they go. But here he comes, knocks Weiss down and shoves him into an ice hockey goal. There he goes, shoves him in there. So he's trapped in there. And we also learn he's got exploding hockey pucks in a bit. But she's getting loads of gifts now. She's piling gifts on her, the home video, ICS home video thing, and the Running Man home version. Is it a board game? I don't know. Probably. 1987 it will be, won't it? What was in 1987? It might be one of them video board games with a VHS tape in it. Remember they did the Star Trek one, didn't they? Anyway. So here it is, he's got his hockey pucks, he's going to fire, and boom! Oh, exploding hockey pucks. Blimey. Yes, we still have Castrol GTX. I can't remember the last time I bought some oil for my car. Because modern cars are super reliable, aren't they? Anyway. Where were we? So all the crowd's like, "Oh, get him, kill him," and all that stuff. They're all getting into it, the crowd. And the bloodlust is rising. But anyway, here comes Arnie to fight off Sub-Zero. And he grabs a bit of metal and rips off all this razor wire. There he goes, ripping all that off. Look, because he's Arnie and he's super strong. Rips it all off and uses it as a lariat or whatever. There we go, and there you go, like that. And he goes into it and spins round. But it's gone into his neck, and it's gone into his fingers as well. It basically chopped his fingers off. So this is the second most gory bit in the film, I think. There you go. He looks at his fingers. See, there's all blood gushing out of his fingers, but not out of his neck. But anyway, and then he dies. So it's killed the stalker. And I don't know if a stalker's ever been killed before. I think this might be the first time. Everybody's shocked. Look, a great man has fallen. So it says, we'll be right back after these messages. Cut to commercial. Right, so they get Weiss out of the goal, and they've got to run because they're using gas on them, so they've got to get out of there. Anyway, he's on the phone saying to whoever, the Justice Department or whatever, saying, well, it was bound to happen sooner or later, but, we've still got plenty of other stalkers. But I'm sure it's good for ratings. Anyway, He can't decide who to pick for the next one, can this fella? You know, it was Buzzsaw or is it Electro? I think is it Electro? Bear with me. Bear with me. Where the hell is he? Where the bloody hell is he? Dynamo, not Electro. Dynamo, that's it. It says he can't make up his mind. So he says, you don't have to make up your mind, we're sending them both in. So there you go, Buzzsaw and Dynamo's going in. There's Buzzsaw. As I said, I bet he's got high blood pressure. And Dynamo, who there he is, who is played by the late, I forgot his name, Erland Van Lith. Well, apparently, I've got it in my notes. It's here somewhere. I'm sure I have. Classically trained Helden baritone opera singer. So in this, he's singing from The Marriage of Figaro, and it is actually him singing. And he died a few months after the film came out. Of a heart attack or something, I think. But so he never, never wallowed in his success. But anyway, there he is, and he's singing, whoa, and he's all electric, look, bzzz, firing electricity out of his hands. Clap if you love Dynamo, or whatever. So they're all clapping because they all love the Stalkers, because they're the gladiators, and there's all that stuff. But, why, she got caught, by the way. She was nosing about, and she got caught. So, did Amber. So now they've stuck her in a jumpsuit, and she looks mighty fine in it, I've got to admit. But they're sending her in as well, and they're trying to make out that she's Ben Richards' accomplice. Because what does he say about her? Any minute now. Any minute. It says, accomplice, confidant, lover, all the stuff like that. But anyway, so they're sending her in now. Oh, they had sexual relationships with 2, sometimes 3 different men in a year. Anyway, then she met Mad Dog Ben Richards, her confederate, her lover. Who is he now? I'm sure I've seen somewhere that he's a famous person. I've forgotten what. I've forgotten who he is. Does it say? Let's have a look. Maybe not. Apparently Lynn Shear's in this, and I've not seen her yet. I didn't notice the first time round. I saw her name in credits as it were going up. I thought I never noticed Lynn Shear of Insidious, etc. fame. Who am I looking for? This is like announcer chap. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Anyway, so she says, that's a lie. And he goes, we don't lie. And they send her off in as well. So she's heading into the zone there. She's running for her life. Cadre Cola. Right, so they've got to deal with Buzzsaw and Dynamo now. And they've got to look after her as well. But they get split up. Amber ends up with Weiss, and Lachlan and Richards head off in their direction. So Buzzsaw goes after Richards, and Dynamo goes after Amber. That's how we'll say it. Dynamo's got Buzzsaw's on a motorbike. Dynamo's got like a really goofy, futuristic beach buggy or whatever. But anyway, Weiss sees that. Oh, that's the uplink to the satellite network. We've just got to hack into that or whatever. Get the code for it, because it's like they live. Anyway. But here comes Buzzsaw. Here he comes. They've seen him. Here he comes with his chainsaws on his legs. Has he no feet? I don't know. Does he have chainsaws for feet? I don't think so. Anyway, here he comes. Oh no, they're on like his knees or whatever, aren't they? So, they've got his dragging Arnie about. There we go, on his motorbike. I think he's already injured Yaphet Kotto. He's legged out somewhere. Meanwhile, this fella's winning all his stuff. Dawson's doing it kind of half-assed.
Running man, home game.
Running man, home game. Here you go. Bugger off. They're all for it. Yay! Blood and guts and stuff. But anyway, right. So he's found something. There we go. He's found some control things. Here it is, and he can get into the controls. And he says, "Where are we? So there we go. Hexagonal decode system. I'll be able to get into this." And but he wants her to remember the numbers, which she does. It's a good job it wasn't me, 'cause I'm rubbish at remembering numbers. But I'm saying, have you got a pen? Anyway, right. So he's knocked off. I can't remember how we did it. Oh no, yes, because we're on the chain. He had the chain, and we were dragging him around, and he wrapped the chain around, a bit of concrete thing, rebar or whatever, and that made him fall off the motorbike. So now they're going to fight, and he's going to use the chainsaw against him. Here we go. I'm going to make it part of you. And so he kills Buzzsaw with his own chainsaw, but he doesn't show us. We just see a bit of blood that we can't really tell. So, what certificate is this? It's an 18. Why is this an 18 certificate? I have no idea why, 'cause it's not that bad. That'd be I don't know. Well, it'd be R-rated, wouldn't it, over there? But even 15 certificates are R-rated over there, so I don't know. So he's killed Buzzsaw with his own chainsaw. There he goes, getting the numbers 18, 24, and all that. There we go. 18, 24, 61. I'd never remember all these, and then 217s for some reason. But I've got a pen. That's what I'll do. If you're going to put scratchy into your skin. Because it's super important. Anyway, did he say that wrong? For 1774? I don't say that. Oh, we're saying this wrong. It's not 18, 24, 61. 8, I think. 17, 17. Where did the 74 come from? How's it going to change? Oh, no, there we go. Oh, there's more to come. Never mind. Anyway, but Dynamo arrives and he zaps and kills Weiss, and she gets a little bit zapped incidentally, but it kills Weiss. But luckily she's remembered the numbers. But he's going to get her. But Richards arrives to save the day, so now he's going to get in his stupid car and chase Ben Richards. There he is. It's dope. It's like something. Like I said, it's like something from the TV show Logan's Run or something like that. From that really cheap rip-off Mad Max thing. It does seem very cheap, even though this film cost, I'd say, $27 million in 1987, which was a lot of money back then. Where the hell did the money go? Arnie, probably. Anyway, they all think he's gonna cop for it now. But no, because Arnie just runs up a hill in a minute. Any second now. Come on, run up that hill. He's running up that hill. Which were out, wasn't it? Look, he's running up that hill, and Dynamo, because he's an idiot, tries to drive up it and ends up rolling his car. Look, and he gets trapped in it, and he's like, "Help me, I'm trapped." And but he don't kill him because he's not the butcher. They're all saying, "Kill him, finish him," because they're all, that's what it's like, isn't it? There we go. There you go. See, look, kill him, but he doesn't. He spares his life. There you go. I won't kill a helpless human being. And they're all, you bloody rubbish. But and he walks off, and she's like, "Oh, that's my man." It's like Flash Gordon, isn't it? But anyway, so Dynamo's not dead, but they're getting ready for Fireball. Jim Brown as Fireball. Here he comes. But Yaphet Kotto's going to die now. Lachlan is going to die because he's been got in the guts and he's bleeding out, and he dies. And he's just, "Don't let us die for nothing." So, okay, I won't then. But during the break, These stalkers are mid. They're not very good, are they? They're supposed to be the top ones, aren't they? Apparently. But they're not that good. Or clever. But they've never gone up against Arnie before, have they? I think they've gone up against, like, you know, rubbish contestants and made short work of them, probably. But he's a real test for them, isn't he? It's like Gladiator, isn't it? Anyway, right, so he's talking to him during the break, the half-time show or whatever. There'll be somebody singing, I imagine, somewhere. So he's saying he's going to try and bribe Ben. Says, Ben, if you give up now, we'll give you loads of money and all that stuff. But he says, you know, no, we're not going to do it. But, you know, what does he say? There we go. You know, he don't want his deal, he says.
I live to see you eat that contract. But I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
You think he was cross? I think he was a bit cross there, wasn't he? And he smashes the camera. So he says, okay, right, well, fair enough. He's not accepting that. But the Attorney General's on the blower. Right, so I think that it's time for Fireball, isn't it, to have a go. They're all chanting for him. Here he comes, Fireball. And he's got a flamethrower, obviously. Obvs. They're going to use it. There it is. Woo, look, it burns a cardboard cutout. But Captain Freedom's looking at him in his heyday with his championship belt. Jesse the Body Ventura. I was never a fan. I was never a fan of Jesse Ventura. Some wrestlers that, you know, people loved, that I was never a fan of. Jesse Ventura, one of them. I was never a fan of Bret Hart either. But anyway, right. So here he comes. He's off here. Oh, he's got a jetpack. Look, off he goes with his jetpack. But anyway, it's time for Mrs. McArdle. She's asking her who's going to do the next kill. She's got two crack stalkers out there, because remember, Dynamo's not dead. He's still knocking about somewhere. What happened there? He's just asking questions. I've said something, Anson. I can't remember what I've said. Oh, dear. So he says to Mrs. McArdle, who's going to do the next kill? And she says the next kill will be from Ben Richards. Says, no, you've got to pick a stalker. She says, I can pick who I like. And then she says, and I'm sure I'm having a Mandela effect maybe, but in this she says, we'll just play it.
That boy's one mean motherfucker.
I'm sure she didn't say that on the VHS version that I watched back in the day. I thought she said, you know, he's one mean son of a bitch or something like that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Oh, right. Oh, Jesse's catchphrase on his... Yes. Oh, right. Fair enough. Yeah. I wonder what you're on about then. Yes, he had his conspiracy theory show, didn't he? That was got a while back though now, isn't it? But... Anyway, so she picks Ben Richards to do the next kill, and everybody starts betting on him. $200 on Ben Richards. Blasphemous, my friend. Jesse's he's a legend, but I was never a fan. I was never a fan of him, you know, back in the day. I was never a fan of his commentary either. It kind of annoyed me. Much as that, I'm not a fan of Booker T on commentary, but I love Booker T as a wrestler. But I was never a fan of him. I don't like his commentary. I can't tell what he's saying half the time. But anyway, I'm a Rowdy Roddy Piper fan, mate. Yes, Roddy Piper were amazing, both in the ring and on the mic. He had it all. Roddy Piper. Anyway, right. So they're all betting on Richards now. There we go. Right. So they're reunited. There's just them two now, isn't there? And but here comes Fireball. There he is. Boo, with his flamethrower, chasing them down. They get separated. I can't remember how. There you go. He's firing his thingy at him. Flamethrower. Throwing some barrels at him. Is this how they get separated? Right, so here we go. He's found some handy flares, a box of flares, just lying about. You're making me sad. What, just because I don't like Jesse Ventura? I'm a Dink fan. I don't remember Dink. Was Dink a wrestler? I can't remember. Just Wingers to be obscure. Oh, do you mean Doink? I remember Doink. Doink the Clown. Which one? There were a few Doink the Clowns, weren't there? Partner of Doink. All right, fair enough. Can't remember. Anyway, right. So they've got separated somehow. I think it's when they were throwing his barrels at Fireball. They've got separated, and she stumbles across. Here we go. The previous winners, and it's gonna say them in a minute. She sees some name tags. There we go. Whitman. I can't remember the names of them. Whitman, Thingamabob, and Haddad. There we go. Whitman, Price, and Haddad. They're the ones that are supposed to be in Maui. Remember, having won, but obviously, they didn't really win because they're always lying. But then, here comes Fireball. Says, these were last season's winners. No, last season's losers. Like you. But he's going to kill her. But then, Ben Richards appears, rips out his gas line or whatever, his fuel line, and shoves him into the corner. And he's going, my gas line. And then he uses his flare his handy flare that he'd found, and chucks it at him. How about the light? Because you got to have one line, hasn't you? And up he goes. There we go. And that's the end of Fireball. Boom! It blows up. And there he is, burning to death. And they're all, yay! Captain Freedom's a wardrobe. And about the other, there's no more stalkers left. Or maybe the others won't do it. But anyway. So, here he comes now. He's getting in his stupid uniform. Says, I won't do it. It's below me, etc. So it does. I don't know if they send him in or not. They're going to fake a final battle. So it's going to be like, like in Gladiator, when they had the retired gladiator came out to fight the Spaniard, Russell Crowe. It's like that. So Captain Freedom's coming out of retirement to deal with Ben Richards. But he's not going to. It's all going to be a ruse, so to speak. Anyway, they're in this area here. They're looking for a terminal for the uplink. Remember, she knows the numbers. They're looking for the terminal for the uplink. It's supposed to be in this building, but they can't get to it. But then suddenly all these shutters come down and they're trapped. And you're thinking, does Killian know they're there? Meanwhile, all dancing and stuff still going on. Because it's a show. Anyway, so now what they're doing, they're getting footage. Here we go. They're grabbing footage of Richards from the show. And now they're going to use it to basically they're going to do an AI Ben Richards. They're going to deep fake him. That's what they're going to do. So this is 1987 when they were doing this. But they call it travelling Matt. But essentially the deep faking Ben Richards onto a stuntman. But anyway, they're being captured by the Resistance, by Mick Fleetwood and his gang. And this is where their HQ is. And she tells him she's got the uplink code. So, they can hack the signal, so to speak. But anyway, the final battle is, as we see now, I'm presuming that's a stunt woman, so they must have got a travelling mat of her as well. And then we see Captain Freedom kills her in no time at all. And then Ben Richards arrives. But obviously it's not Ben Richards. Where's the travelling mat? To show you what they've done. Where is it? Is it going to show it here? Have I missed it? They do they do like there we go. They do an overlay like that. Look, and they make the stuntman look like Ben Richards. That's what I wanted to show you. Anyway, so obviously that not Amber and not Ben Richards arrive in the final arena to fight Captain Freedom, and he breaks Amber's neck and throws her into razor wire. There we go. Throws her into that. So that's the end of her quotes. And then he starts fighting Ben Richards. There we go. And kills Ben Richards, throws him into... Even though the stuntman starts fighting back. I'm thinking, oh, what if the stuntman won? What if he didn't play ball? But he does. He kicks him and gets him and chucks him into these spikes. There we go. Ah! Again, not really gory, to be honest, because we don't see any spikes through him, do we? They're all at the side of him. He's just covered in blood. Why is it an 18? I don't know. But anyway, they think that's the end. Ben Richards has died. Captain Freedom's won. And now she's saying, oh, that's cool, they think we're dead. And, here we go, they're showing they're going to remove the travelling mat. There we go. And it's just some bloke that, I don't know, is it still Arnie? They've just made his eyes small. I don't know. But anyway, she's saying it's a shame about that stunt man. You didn't have to kill him. Yes, we did. But anyway, it says you're all got picked up for the rest of the season. Great show, everybody. So they're going to go and jam the satellite. So Richards is going to help them, obviously. There you go. So he's got ready to go. And she's going with them as well, because she knows the code or whatever. I don't know. But she's going. She brings in the... hang on, where are we? She brings in the... Remember the disc, whatever it is, with the Bakersfield Massacre raw footage. She's got that. And he says, where did you hide that? None of your business, she says. So I don't know where she did. We can only imagine. Anyway, right, so the show's wrapping up now. They're getting ready. They've got the dancers out. The show's wrapping up. They're getting ready to hijack the signal. Here goes, obviously, because Mick Fleetwood's a big Star Trek fan. So he goes, does all this stuff. Says, shunt power to main circuits. Mr. Spock, you have the con. It says con there, but it's actually con. C-O-N-N. And this fella says, who's Mr. Spock? So he just looks at him. Because Mick Fleetwood's a big Star Trek fan. Because, I don't know, soon after this, it would be in Star Trek The Next Generation, wouldn't it? But I don't think he had any lines, did he? He played an alien. He couldn't tell it was Mick Fleetwood. And he's quite a good actor. I think he's quite good, isn't he? But anyway. Right, so they're heading into ICS. They're going to, basically take over the building. Here they go. They're going to storm the arena, storm the studio. Obviously, the security guards are going to come and start shooting and that. But before that, they hijack the signal and they play the footage that they want to play. Yes, he was a fish dude in TNG, wasn't he? They play the footage that they want to play. There we go. And it's the rebel footage is played, so they're all confused now, and it's going to show what really happened to Whitman, Price, and Haddad. They're saying we don't lie, but they do. There we go. And it shows what's happened to Whitman, Price, and Haddad. I don't know how they got that footage. I don't know, but there must have been cameras in that little room. Why would there be? I don't know, but anyway. Maybe she told it where it was, but it's all blown up now, hasn't it? It blew up because he were in there, wasn't he? Or fireball. I don't know, whatever. And then it shows the actual footage of the Bakersfield Massacre, so everybody knows that it were all a lie, and this is the beginning, the end of, I don't know, this totalitarian regime. I don't know. Is the civil war going to break out? I have no idea. But anyway, so they're all saying, oh, you're lying. And then the security guards come in, and some terrible sound effects. The gun sound effects sound awful. in this. Sound awful. Maybe that's how, I don't know, but it doesn't sound terrible. Anyway, so they're all shooting. Oh, yes, Dynamo, forgot about him. Dynamo pops up again and tries to force himself on Amber, and but she makes him zap the. Oh no, she uses the gun. That's it, to shoot the sprinklers or whatever, and so he gets electrocuted because of the sprinklers. There you go, and he dies. Whatever. I wonder if they forgot about it and they thought, hang on, we forgot about Dynamo. We've got to do a little scene where he gets killed. Anyway, security guards are just shooting innocent people because they're baddies. So and the rebels are shooting the guards, etc. And suddenly there's only Killian left. But here comes, I forget, does he have a name? Sven Ole Thorsen. What's the name of his chap? Where are you, Sven? Oh, he's just called Sven. He's just called Sven. So he says, okay, Sven. Oh, there you go. Sven, do you want to talk to Mr. Richards? And he doesn't. He just says he's got to score some steroids because he'd rebuked him earlier on. Killian had rebuked Sven earlier on, saying, does steroids make you deaf? And he's done. I got to score. Terrible acting. I mean, he's got one line in the film, and he makes a pig's ear of it.
I got to score some steroids.
But that's the best take. Or was it just one take? I don't know. I got to score some steroids. Anyway, so he walks off. He gives a nod to Arnie, and off he walks off. So anyway, so he says, I'm going to give the people what they want. There's Richards, and he puts Killian in the, what's this here for? I don't know. Is this just ready for the next show? I have no idea. But he puts him in this and sends him off into the game zone. But for some reason, I think he explodes at the end. There we go. He goes flying out. Why has he got? I don't know. Because the others arrived, and they arrived in like a net or whatever, didn't they? But he's come flying out and ended up through the billboard of himself and exploded. Because they need him to die, don't they? So, but that hit the spot. Because it's Kohler. And they're all cheering, yay, Killian's dead. They loved him hour and a half ago. Never mind. Anyway, so, and that's it, the end. She comes out, and by the way, the music, for this film, by Harold Faltermeyer, and a great final song by John Parr, which I can never remember the name of. It's one of those songs that you think, it's called such and such, because you hear it in the song, but it's not actually called that, and I've forgotten. I'm going to have to look it up. Music, right, here we go. Running Away, Restless Heart, that's what I heard it was called. That's what I always thought it was called, Restless Heart by John Parr. But in the end credits, it says it's called Running Away With You by John Parr and Harold Faltermeyer. And it's a good song. I remember this when it came out. I like John Parr. I only know two of his songs, St Elmo's Fire and this one. Anyway, so he has a snog. There we go. As John Parr singing away, I think. Yeah, John Parr singing away. And then it ends, and then so we pan up, whatever, fade out on the city. Civil war's about to break out, I imagine. I don't know. The population's going to rise up. I've no idea. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, but because it ends, we never find out what happens. But there we go. Where were Lynn Shay in it? There we go. Propaganda officer Lynn Shay. But I never noticed her. I'm not going back and looking. But there we go. So anyway, there we go. That's the end of The Running Man. Look, I'll show you. There we go. Running Away With You. Restless Heart, isn't it? What it's called. But anyway. And theme from Gilligan's Island. The only time that were in the film where I think he whistled it, did Killian. but they've got to put it in because he whistled it. Anyway, never mind. So there we go. That's the end of the Running Man. As I said, I don't know. Justin loves it. Justin loves it. Classic. Love this movie. I can't say I love it. I don't hate it either. I don't think it's garbage or rubbish, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I did back in the day. I don't think it's aged very well. And it comes across as a bit like a TV movie. If you want for the blood and the bad language in it, it could be a TV movie. If you want for the $27 million budget. But anyway. So there we go. So that's it. Right, we'll get rid of that. So there. Cool. I don't know. I'll learn to speak. The new one's not doing well, is it? I think that's what I'm trying to say. At the box office, the new one by Edgar Wright is not doing well, but it's getting good reviews. So I don't know if it's doing well or not. Let's have a look, see what it says. What does it say about the new one? Reception. 64% on Rotten Tomatoes, it says here, which is like average, isn't it? You know, it's like a middling. But it's got good critics' reviews. So, but it's an Edgar Wright film, so I don't know. I imagine it's okay. I've not seen it, but I imagine it's Edgar Wright's a good director. Love it, says Justin. Heard it's okay, but hid Rosie. Okay. THILHS, worst movie. Not doing good. I think people just broke and can't afford it. Maybe so. I'm trying to work out what this is. Phil's worst movie. Who's Phil? Dear. I don't know. Anyway, right, so that's it. We're done for another week. I don't know what I'm doing next week. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not even worked out. Oh, is that what we're supposed to say? It's his worst movie. Is that what that's supposed to say? Is that it's his worst movie? Phil. Oh dear. All right, it's his worst movie. Apparently, have you seen it? I don't know because I've not seen it. But it can be hit and miss, though. I must admit, Edgar Wright. I wasn't a huge fan of. Obviously, everybody likes the Cornetto trilogy. Baby Driver were good. I enjoyed that. Scott Pilgrim. I think I liked it better than I thought I would. Scott Pilgrim. I wasn't expecting to like it. I was expecting it before the kids, you know. But I did quite enjoy Scott Pilgrim. But I didn't love it. And that One Night in Soho? That were interesting. I can't remember. What else has he done? Can't think of anything else. But he's usually a solid pair of hands. Wonder what his Ant-Man would have been like. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about The Running Man. Yeah, it's on Amazon and all that, on YouTube to rent or buy or whatever. Or you can get don't get this Blu-ray, this one. I think this was a cheaper Blu-ray, I think, because I won't have spent a bucket load of money on it. And there's no special features. I was really angry when I put it on. But Justy says, Scott Pilgrim's terrible, I hate it. Typical. I can't say I loved it, but I thought it was okay. You know, I wasn't like you went, yeah, but I thought, whatever. It was fine. You know. Anyway, right, so I don't know what's coming up next. What day are we on? Monday. Not a fan of that. Fair enough. Wednesday, I'll probably be doing my top 5 movies of... I can't remember what year we're up to. I think we're up to 2002. But I could be wrong. Whatever the next top 5 movies of, I probably might do that on Wednesday, maybe. We'll see. Or it could be something else. I don't know. Whatever. It won't be my season 3 of Star Trek Voyager because I've only just started that. What else? And then on Friday, I think we're going to do, because I've got it out. But I'm not doing what I was going to do last time, Chernobyl Diaries, because I can't be bothered. I think we'll do Conjuring, Devil Made Me Do It. I think that's what we'll do on Friday. Yeah. Or maybe I'll do Chernobyl Diaries. I haven't made up my mind. We'll see. I'll surprise you. I might leave it till the last minute. And I don't know what next Monday's Magnificent Mondays is going to be. So it's gone on the floor. So, there we go. I don't know what I'm doing. I think it's for the first time in ages I've not had a live show lined up. I usually have them queued up, ready to go. And I haven't got one at the moment. I think it's the first time in maybe 2 years or something like that. Maybe. But I will sort something out. Let's move that over there. Sorry, I'm just moving a shortcut on my desktop. I bought Civilization 6, Sid Meier's Civilization 6. I bought that on Steam because it were on offer and I have no idea how to play it. I fired it up when I bought it. I thought I have no idea what to do. But anyway. I just rewatched Coneheads. I've only seen that once, and I think I quite like Coneheads. I thought it were alright, but I don't remember a lot about it. I remember the swimming pool. She hardly jumps in the pool with nary a ripple, and there's a monster at the end, isn't there? In like an arena thing. That's all I can remember about it. But anyway. But I remember I enjoyed it. But it's a while since I've seen that. Dan Aykroyd, isn't it? Anywho, right, so we'll leave it there. We will leave it there. So thanks Justin and Win Grace and Josh Temple. Did anybody else pop in? We had Stream Boo. There we go. Still don't know what Stream Boo's all about. I don't think we had anybody else pop in. But thanks for keeping me company. Hang on. Whatever put send next to backspaces in it, or whoever puts send next to yes. Justin thinks Coneheads is a classic. Fair enough. So I haven't seen it for ages. I do remember enjoying it when I did see it. What were we going to say? I'm going to check on check on Rumble. Make sure we haven't any chats on Rumble. No, we haven't. Never do. But I thought I'd better check. Right, so I'm going to go now. So thanks for watching, and wherever you are, look after each other. And until next time, hang on, let me get started. Until next time, I'll say